how this works, doesn't it? Let's play some disc golf. Okay, huh? Today we're out at Parkside. I'm gonna be playing like a semi-practice round for the Prairie Open, which coincidentally is one of the last rounds I've played on this channel. Got a haircut, maybe, you notice, since the last time, so that's kind of neat. Come on, first time back, you gonna do me like that? That's a par. F that. Hole 2, about 330, slight headwind here. Try to pump out a Firebird. A little too inside, done that twice now. All right, before I start playing really bad and get angry, where was I the last about a year or so? I ended up playing a lot more tournaments than I put in that preview video that I did. Ended up playing US AMs, took about middle of the pack in that tournament. Played a tournament every weekend in June, except for the last weekend. Had to pull out of that one. I think I played like 3 in July, 4 in August. A lot of tournaments, a lot of grinding. And looking back on it, I think some of that stuff would have been cool to film, but I kind of just got lost in the sauce of trying to get really good. So didn't really film much, but I'm back. And I think I want to try to film some of that stuff over the summer. I'm going to be playing US AMs and Worlds. So it's good to be back, bring some fresh content to y'all. Should be fun. Definitely not the ideal landing zone there. Need to put some more power behind it next time around. Hole 3, it's about 400 feet or so. It's kind of just straight out there. There always seems to be a headwind on this hole. There's a slight headwind today, maybe 8 miles an hour or so. I'm gonna try to pump a nuke out there on hyzer, try to get it there. I really struggled getting it there last year. If you watched the last time I played this round, I don't know if I actually included all the shots, because I probably didn't. But I had a really tough time getting it there, so let's see what happens here. Okay, flipped it over. I flipped over a nuke, guys. What the heck? This headwind might be a little stronger than I thought. That got a little over too. I mean, it's about pin high. It's a good amount of hyzer. Thought it was gonna flip up a little more. I also really struggled in tournament play at the beginning of last year. March through May was not a fun time. Playing 900 rated golf everywhere. It was just brutal. I couldn't hit a gap. I couldn't make a putt. Towards June, I figured it out a bit. Played some of my best golf in June. And then late August, I played some good golf as well. Couldn't close out on any tournaments, unfortunately. I think that was all due to mindset. I think I've changed that. I think I've become a bit stronger in that regard. I've also spent a lot of time in the gym lately, seeing some progress there, becoming easier to throw far. It hasn't quite converted yet, but these are my first few throws out of the car, so no big deal there. I'm super excited for this season. I'm playing less tournaments, but a lot of bigger ones, stuff like the Rumble, US AMs, AM Worlds, Mayhem Open, May Tiers, some mixed up stuff, so it's gonna be fun. Even through 3 isn't terrible. Obviously, it's not where I'd like to be, considering I can reach all these holes comfortably. All right, here's hole 4. It's about 440 feet. Playing up onto the mound there. Gonna try a little hyzer foot force here. I'm getting pin high on a lot of these shots. Just gotta get my angles a little better. As you can see, my game isn't 100% ready yet. Got about 25 days until my first tournament, which will be here, the Prairie Open. And that's when I really want my game to feel crisp. This winter has been a little bit more giving than last winter, so I've had some opportunities to get out and practice a bit. I putted all fall, which is something I didn't do last year. So I'm feeling a bit more confident on the green. Obviously, it's been a few weeks with all the snow and stuff we've gotten where I've been able to putt, but I'm feeling pretty good. So I'd like to get some more close putts and see what I can do there. Obviously, just keep grinding until the tournament starts. I know, I mean, I'm in better form than I was to start last year. So I know if I can kind of just get to a point where I'm a little more rounded, I'm not even worried about distance and stuff yet. That stuff will come in the summer. Just, you know, make sure I'm hitting my lines, make sure my form's feeling crisp. I think I'm in a position where I can win this tournament this year. Did I run it? I'll run the second one. I hit this freaking branch in front of me. God. Little siren trying to razz me. Here we are, hole 5. We're throwing off this, like, you know, platform here. We'll throw an eagle and see if I can't get it to kind of hyzer flip out there. Should have a slight headwind again. It's interesting throwing off this. I want to try that again. Go this instinct. See if I can't figure this out here. See, that was pretty good. That's kind of what I was trying to do with the eagle. Okay. First few real putts of the day. Not very good. That's the first good shot of the day. Hit the gap, but that flipped too soon. First shot kicked out here. This isn't really a good spot to be. Aiden's driving. Nope. That's the layup play. Here's hole 8. It's definitely the shortest hole on either layout. I'm going to try to kind of just turn over a forehand down there. I think that's probably the most ideal play. It might be like the first time in a minute I've hit that line like that. So that feels good. Alright, here's hole 9. This hole's going to get some people. It is a very tricky hole, height gap. It looks deceiving. It's in the far position. For a moment I thought it was in the short, which makes it about 250 feet. So I'm going to go at it with a buzz here, see if I can hit the gap. Hopefully I didn't block the whole thing. Threw it a little too much on hyzer, but it got all the way up there. Here's hole 10. It's about 400. I like to go out and around. Kind of a bad wind for it today, but I really have no other ideas. It's a very tricky line with how high these shrubs come up, and you don't really have much room to flex. So you can either throw something extremely straight down the middle or try to find a way around, which is what I'm going to do. So I mean, with a better wind, I think I can get to the pin. Kind of like a head right to left is not ideal for a hyzer, but I don't really know what else to do. That's a very tough shot up the middle. I don't have anything that flies that straight. I mean, it's not even worth trying, honestly. First off, I just want to say, don't expect the regular uploads of what I used to do. I'm kind of just going to film at will whenever I feel like it. I'll probably vlog some of the bigger tournaments and such. I think that'll be kind of cool. But for the most part, I'm just going to kind of film when I want. I think I tried to put a little too much pressure on myself the past few years to film like I was making money off this channel. Just kind of trying to change that. And then, you know, some goals for the season, especially for the upcoming, you know, tournaments. It's got to be putting. You know, I got to put a big emphasis on that, and not just birdie putts, right? Saving par. Because a lot of my bogeys last year were just failed scramble attempts because I couldn't putt inside of, you know, 30 feet. So I've been feeling pretty good in that regard lately. Obviously not today, isn't quite crisp. It'll get there, I think, especially with the amount of work I've put in and how much better my body feels. So that's going to be kind of the goal, honestly, because I think I throw up there with, you know, almost the best of them. I think with a little more power, you could put me on near elite level throwing. I think that's what I'm most confident in. So with putting, I mean, some of my best rounds last year, some of the rounds I played over 1,000 rated, just because I was connecting on my putts. My best round was a 10-22, I believe, and I hit 92% of my Circle 1X putts. You know, even if I'm hitting 65-70% of my putts, I think I'm gonna win MA1, no problem. Maybe not quite in AM Worlds and such, but I think that's the recipe. So just try to connect on putts. Right here, we've got about an 80-footer. This is not one I expect to connect on, but one I expect to put close and have an easy par. That was freaking terrible. A little slower, a little more methodical with it here. Let's go. That's better. It's not in. That's a tricky putt, but it's better. All right, so I'm 2 under through 10 right now. It's not a bad spot to be. You know, if I was counting only first shots, I'd probably be worse. But, you know, first time back out, can't complain. Here's on hole 11. I'm gonna go hyzer here. I'm gonna try it with a Cayman first, and if that's not good enough, I'll throw a Firebird. So much cage. Only cage. It's all cage. It's always ever been cage. Come on now. All right, I really can't count that as a birdie. That's a putt I have to make. Here's 12. Throw a buzz at. I'm gonna try to park this. No, actually, I'm gonna put it 20 feet away so I can make a putt. That's what I want to do here. I want to make a putt. Hyzer. Dang it. Okay, mind bender or buzz, either or, just depends really the angle I hit it on. That one was good. I put it in between parked and 20 feet. Out of, 12 feet here. One you gotta make here. Should be no problem. There we go. There we go. All right, here's hole 13. We're looking at about 300 something feet. If you remember the last time I was here filming last year, I had a really tough time on this hole. I had no idea what to do. But I figured out my form a bit recently. Feeling pretty confident with gaps, as you've seen today. I've seemed to have hit most of my gaps. The wide open power shots are a bit of something to iron out. So we're gonna go eagle up the gut here and just kind of let it fade over. Hit the gap, just 2 strokes. That wound up pretty good, but that was too much hyzer too early. All right, the jump putt ain't there yet. I'm gonna go up and down, finish to the basket. Stop rushing into all my shots. All right, that looks better. You just gotta put it on a better line. So a little too straight on that. Try a little forehand, just kind of skip it up. kind of like circle's edge. I mean, that's really all you're asking for. I think you can get closer, but risk reward, you know. About time I make a putt here, show them up. Nope. I'm not mad at those bids. That's a tough putt. 15 here, 100% forehand hole. I'm gonna try to just hyzer one, get it to skip down to the pin. Not bad, too straight. See that adjustment I made? See the adjustments? That's what you gotta do. Obviously you wanna make the first one. You gotta be able to adjust. That was a good adjustment. And I've recently struggled from putting outside circle one like that without a stepper or a jumper. So it feels good. You gotta make adjustments. All right, it's ace time with the NV. Here we go. Short armed it. Did you guys see it? I short armed it. That's just fine, honestly, with the way that slope plays. All right, this is hole 18, the final hole out here. There's gonna be some added temp holes when Prairie Open comes around. Overall, I played pretty good today, I'd say. Definitely gotta clean it up on the green, like always. And that'll come just with some more time and practice. And get a little bit more into mid-season shape. Kind of straight up the gap here, there's a couple lines. You can kind of maybe try a righty hyzer up here or up the gap. I'm gonna try up the gap, and then I'm gonna try a couple over the top. The key here is just make sure you land in bounds no matter what, and get up and down for a 3. I mean, that wasn't even bad, just too low. I think I'm safe. I didn't think I could throw it that far. My gosh. Okay, we'll go one more up the gut here. That was pretty awesome, honestly. Oh. That was good too. Sweet. Well, the T-bird was parked. I'm gonna putt from the over the top shot though, because that is more fun. But par to end the day is not bad. I'll take it. All right, homies, that's gonna be it for me today. It was fun filming again, getting some shots on camera. Shot like 3 under. Obviously some putts in there I could have made, obviously, and I also didn't take that park job at the end there by the T-bird. Some things to iron out for sure. But to be where I'm at this early in the year, I'm feeling very confident because honestly, this is a round I could see myself playing in July. Right? The mental side of my game is gonna be what I need to iron out most. And towards the end of last year, I was really feeling like I figured it out. It's all about just keeping perspective and really having the desire to win more than the fear to fail. So that's what it's gonna be all about. I'm gonna include some shots from last year that I filmed but did not make it to YouTube. So stick around if you wanna see some of the highlights from last year that didn't make the cut, and I'll see you around next time.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Going. Let's go. Kick the tree, took the 10. Nice shot. Nice.
What? That was pretty.
Great, dude. Really.
Yes, Aiden.
Push. Yes, sir.